Greetings. I like it. What is my task? Done and done and done. Yes, my friend. Of course.
What have you said?
Say no more.
Come. I like it.
I've
Say no more. Of course.
I don't have time for a monologue.
I see.
Greetings. Done and done and done. What is the bard will tell? Yes, my friend. Come at me. I await you, devils.
If you must.
Greetings. Leave it to me.
I suppose I can spare a few seconds.
Greetings, and well met. I can do this.
I pronounce the blast sentence, and I soak the critical fallout. I make the decisions no one else will. Leadership.
What do you want?
I
That
wear
sounds
the
like a
albatross
fine idea.
And a bullseye.
An honor, truly, but there are no leaders among friends. What is my... Of course. Valor calls! I like it.
Speak.
Yes, my friend. Valor calls! Come on. Come at me. I like it.
Welcome. I've been expecting you for some time now. Yes, I am Arendelle, known to some as the Archdruid of Kuldahar. Though I invite you to dispense with the formalities and just call me Arendelle, plain and simple. Titles tend only to serve one's own vanity and aren't really of much use in this small mountain community. Yes. It was I who sent Hallister to East Haven for help. His death weighs heavily upon my conscience. For not only was he a student of mine, but he was also a friend and trusted companion. He will be missed, as will Hrothgar and the other members of your expedition. Let us say I knew of him. Word of his deeds has reached even our small, isolated town. I also know that his death, tragic as it is, was no accident. Someone or something did not want your party to reach Kuldahar alive. There are malevolent forces at work in these mountains. Forces that seek to undermine the delicate balance we druids have struggled to preserve for centuries. Oh, would that I could. The face of the evil remains hidden, but its presence is unmistakable. All about us, there are signs of its damaging influence on the balance. The unnatural weather, the recent rash of abductions, the numerous monster sightings in the pass. These all point towards something sinister. Even the animals sense something is amiss. The balance. It is what the druids of Kuldahar hold sacred and have worked to preserve for generations. It is all around us. It is us. Balance is the harmony that is achieved when man and nature learn to coexist, no longer contending with one another, but coming together as two parts of a whole. I fear that if we do not soon discover the source of these disturbances, then all that we have worked for will be destroyed. The evil that has come to these mountains infects this town like a disease. As its people suffer, so does the tree suffer from the sickness that attacks the balance, corrupting it with its very presence. Already, the circle of warmth that radiates from the great oak has begun to recede. We were forced to abandon the outlying farmsteads as a result of the shrine's fading power. If we do not take action soon, I am afraid that the life-giving warmth will cease altogether. Both the great oak and the town, nestled within its roots, will die. This must not happen. We need your help. I suggest you begin by investigating the Vale of Shadows. It is a place not far from here. Darkness has always clung to the floor of the small canyon, as if the light of the sun itself were wary of the place. There are a number of ancient crypts hidden within the shadows of the Vale's narrow cliff walls. There have been rumors of the dead awakening and emerging from their dusty tombs to walk once more amongst men. If these rumors are true, then I suspect that whatever is responsible for disturbing their slumber may be behind the other disturbances as well. Go to the Vale of Shadows, learn what you can about the happenings there, then return here and we shall discuss a course of action. Good luck, and farewell.
Greetings. Done and done and done.
I hear
Let's
you.
have some more fun, shall we?
Please,
Observe.
you must make haste. Time works against us. We must discover the source of this evil before the balance is altered irrevocably. Interesting. It is impossible to determine exactly what ails him without examining him myself, but I do know of an herbal remedy that may ease his suffering. If you like, I could tell you the recipe so that you may help him help himself. Tell him to gather a handful of frost berries that grow throughout these mountains. He must squeeze the juices from the berries into a pot of boiling tundra grass. Once mixed, the entire brew must be consumed in order for the pain to subside.
What have you assessed?
Of course.
Please, you must make haste. Time works against us. We must discover the... I can only tell you of what little I know. Which disturbances would you have me speak of? The weather in these mountains has always been harsh, but never like this. Fierce storms ravage the valley without warning, often lasting for several days at a time, before vanishing as quickly as they come. It is barely midway into leafall, and yet the pass to the south has been snowed in entirely. Weather such as this is most unnatural. Nature presents itself in cycles that are predictable by those who know what to look for. I can only tell you of what little I know. Oh, yes. Terrible, terrible. At first, there were tales told by travelers of companions disappearing into the night, snatched up from their bedrolls as they camped along the narrow trail that winds through the pass. We did not think much of these tales, for such occurrences are not unheard of in these mountains. Then one night, Conlan's boy, Sheemish, went missing. The next morning, the whole town searched for the boy, but turned up nothing. He was just gone, vanished, without a trace. The boy was just the first. Several nights later, another disappeared, Megan Potts, the local midwife. Her husband, Khalil, was grief-stricken to the point of madness. With barely a word to anyone, he snatched up his sword and marched off into the darkness after his wife. No one has heard from him since. And now, the abductions are occurring more frequently. Aiden, the old innkeeper from the Evening Shade, was taken only 3 days ago. I can only tell you of what little I know. As I'm sure you have noticed by now, there seems to be quite a few goblins about. It is not usual to see so many of their kind roaming the mountains so late in the year. It is almost as something has drawn them out of their holes, like carrion birds drawn to the scent of death. As if the goblins weren't enough, several giants have been spotted moving through the pass in groups as large as 10. That many giants traveling together in such numbers indicates they are organized and are acting with a singular purpose. I have watched their activities closely. Their tracks trace a deliberate pattern through the mountains, almost as if they were on patrol. Another thing, while I was out scouting the giants, I discovered other sets of tracks I have never encountered before. What manner of beast made them? I could not say. I can only tell you of what little I know. Which disturbances would you have me speak of?
What is my task? I like it. I like it.
I've said all I need.
Yes.
For now.
Yes, it shall be as you say.
I don't have time spamming the explanation.
Yes.
was that? The smell of death. I've got a bad feeling about this.
Yes, my... I like it. There is glory in this, probably.
Uh-huh.
Come at me. I await you, devils. There is glory in this.